County Supervisor and proud combat veteran of the United States Marine Corps. We are here in La Mesa, and I want to begin by extending my appreciation to Councilmember Dillard for welcoming us to your town and being here. Specifically, we are here at the VFW La Mesa, the Osmond K. Ingram Ship 1774, and I want to thank Captain Lee Gill for joining us here and for everything that the VFW and American Legion means for our community. So thank you very much. I'm a proud life member of the Veterans of Foreign War, and I appreciate the support and everything that they do and for hosting us here today. We're here today, each and every one of us, with our respective roles, organizations, entities, and intentions. We are here today with a clear mission, and that is putting in place a plan to end veteran homelessness in San Diego County. Yes. We're going to build a coalition with this clear mission, with our focus sharp, with our intentions motivated, that will deliver results, and the result is getting every single homeless veteran off the streets in San Diego County and on the path to a fulfilled and healthy life. That's right. We can do it here in San Diego. The simple reality is President Biden and Secretary Dennis McDonough have made the federal resources available. What we need to do now locally is come together, come up with a specific, actionable plan, and put it to work on a by-name list of making sure we get every one of these folks housed. Now, this is an area, and we've seen challenges regionally on homelessness, with numbers increasing. This is an area we've seen some progress. In the 4 years since I joined the Board of Supervisors, thanks in large part to RTFH and all the folks involved, we've seen a 30% decline in veteran homelessness in San Diego County. But a 30% decline is not what we're going to strive for. We want a 100% decline. We want to get to the position of functional zero. And we all acknowledge that every single person who is without a home and living on our streets, every single one of them, whether a veteran or not, deserves to be helped. And we will continue our efforts to tackle the broader problem of homelessness in San Diego County, but as a coalition and as a community, we can make significant progress and strides in the veteran population. There are unique resources that are available to us, thanks in part to the Veterans Administration. I am a tremendous fan of the VA. I get my health care through the VA. I love the VA. I appreciate everything that the VA does for those who served. And I particularly appreciate the dedicated resources the VA makes available for veterans who are homeless. So what we have to do now is partner with the VA. We got to step in and identify where are gaps, what are additional things we can do, where can we step up and help, how can we bridge that connection between that veteran who's struggling and that help that is available to them. And that's what we're going to do. As a veteran myself, as someone who has so many friends who wore the uniform and served, as someone who looks at it differently now as a Marine Corps dad with a son on active duty, we owe it to everyone who took an oath to this country, everyone who is willing to sacrifice and serve for us to step up with our full effort to make sure that the folks who spent years taking care of all of us, now it is our turn to make sure that we take care of them. We know there are a lot of challenges that can confront veterans upon discharge from active duty. There are a lot of struggles that they endure. Just the transition of going from military life to civilian life is hard. It could be compounded. Given most of the last 20 years, we've been in a state of active war. It could be compounded by their experiences. It could be compounded by our failed immigration system that often deports our veterans after their service. There are a whole lot of stressors and reasons that create this problem. But the simple reality is there has to be no excuse on our part to step forward and move. And so today our coalition is kicking off our efforts. We know in front of us we have a lot of work to do. We will begin immediately convening folks that you see here, leadership of the VA, our federal delegation. I've spoken extensively to Congressman Mike Levin about this issue, who is fully committed to aid and assist in our efforts with everything that their office can do. I've spoken with state leaders, Assemblymember Chris Ward, and others who are fully committed to the mission that we're doing. I've talked to the sheriff. Our new sheriff says we have a by-name list of every veteran in jail. How do we have targeted and intentional programs to make sure their discharge is successful and they don't end up homeless? They are there. I've talked to philanthropic leaders and said, hey, this is not just a government solution. We need you to step up and help. They've said they're all in. Every veteran leader from across the county that I've talked to has said we're all in. And so our county government will be moving. I'll be bringing forward an action next month before our board, early next month, to have our county make this a priority and provide dedicated county staffing and resources to help convene, bring us together, and bridge the gap. Along with our coalition partners, we will spend the next 90 days coming up with a specific, actionable, and accountable plan for how we will get there, along with timelines for implementation. And we know that this will not be easy. Although there are resources there, we've got a lot of work to do on landlord engagement, getting folks willing to accept the VASH vouchers that are available from the VA. We know we have issues around providing temporary shelter to stabilize and figure out the most appropriate place. We know we're going to have to work on the preventive side early to stop veterans from sliding into homeless. We're going to have to tackle issues of justice-involved veterans, those suffering from addiction, mental health, illness, and injury. None of this work were easy. If it were easy, it would have already been done. But this is a fight worth fighting, and this is something that we will move forward with the utmost urgency and sense of purpose. We estimate, based on the most recent point-in-time counts, that there are probably around 700 homeless veterans. Maybe perhaps up to half of them are in shelters now. And so we, again, developing a by-name list, targeting specific actions with the goal of where we want to go. And we will continue to move, continue to fight, and continue to see progress. I am so grateful to everyone who is here representing every sector of this community, every part of the veterans community, our homeless community, the leaders throughout, but I am particularly grateful for the Regional Task Force on the Homelessness and their leader, Tamara Kohler. We've been working for many years. Tamara has a tremendous heart for our veterans, tied to her family and some really meaningful service and things that were there. And when we've been talking, Tamara said, we can do this. We can do this.